Hi guys, my name is Dris Rajdi and welcome to my channel. I have been doing biomedical research for more than 20 years and training in different sports for more than 30 years. So I have always strived to see how I can use the knowledge from science and implement it and apply it in my training to design the best possible training programs and nutrition plans and use the best supplements out there. So the objective of this channel is to share with you some insights from science and help you design good training programs and good nutrition plans. I decided to make this video about anabolic steroids because you hear a lot of opinions from people that are using steroids and it's not easy to get the right information. One example is what Ronnie Coleman said last week about using anabolic steroids. So let's hear what he said first.
That he didn't make it to 30.
Yeah.
He died before he was 30.
Some people, yeah, they do it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I didn't start taking anything till I was 30.
And surely you have seen statements like this a lot in different videos. So every time a bodybuilder had serious health problem or died from anabolic steroids, you hear that kind of statements where a lot of other professional bodybuilders would say that he didn't know how to use them or he was using them wrongly. So is there a such thing as the right way to use anabolic steroids and the wrong way to use them? I just want to say before we start the video that this video is not about making any judgment about people using steroids. I just want to give some insights from science about these substances so people can take their decisions. So I hope you're going to enjoy this video, and if you like it, please subscribe so you can get notified about my next video, which is going to be about how science can help us design the best training programs. Anabolic steroids are molecules similar to human testosterone. These molecules have been engineered chemically to mimic the structure of the natural testosterone. Testosterone is the natural hormone. It is secreted in men and women, but the level found in men is up to 8 times higher than in women. Hormones are chemical substances that are biologically active. They are produced by human endocrine glands, such as the thyroid gland. Hormones play a role as messengers, allowing communications between organs and tissues. And there are different classes of hormones. Testosterone is part of the steroid hormone family that are derived from cholesterol. In this family, we find testosterone, estrogen, and cortisol. Testosterone is produced by gonads, that are testicles and ovary, and by the adrenal gland. Testosterone plays an important role in many organs in the body. In the nervous system, it has a role in the cognition, memory, emotions, and sexual desire. In the kidney, it is important for the production of the erythropoietin and in the production of the blood red cells. In the reproductive organs, it is important for the production of sperm, growth of prostate, and normal erectile function. In the muscles, it is important for increasing the muscle mass and strength. For bones, it plays an important role in bones density, bones growth, and bone marrow function. Let's talk now about the normal dose of testosterone. The physiologic dose, which is the normal dose, is about 300 to 1000 nanogram per deciliter in men and 15 to 17 nanogram per deciliter in women. Supraphysiologic dose is a dose that is higher than normal. This happens when testosterone from an external source is injected in the body. In some athletes, the supraphysiologic dose can reach up to 100 times the normal dose. Let's see now how testosterone plays its roles and what is its mechanism of action. Testosterone is mainly produced by gonads. It is then transported through the bloodstream to the different organs. Testosterone acts on different organs, such as muscles. Let's take now a closer look at what happens in the cells of the muscles. The testosterone coming from the blood vessels will enter the muscle cells, where after some chemical modifications will bind to its specific receptor in the cytoplasm. The testosterone and the receptor complex will then move to the nucleus, where it binds to specific genes and make copy of these genes. These copies of these specific genes will go out from the nucleus and go back to the cytoplasm. They're going to be used as a template to produce specific proteins that are important in different functions of the muscle cells. Among the proteins that production is triggered by testosterone, we can find actin and myosin filaments that are important for muscle contractions. Also enzymes that are important for muscle metabolism. In total, more than 100 genes are modulated by testosterone. Several studies have assessed the beneficial effects of using supraphysiologic dose of anabolic steroids or testosterone on the muscle size and strength. In a specific study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, the research team have assessed the effects of 600 mg of testosterone during 10 weeks. The first group was used as a control group and was given a placebo, which is an inactive substance, and they followed the training program for 10 weeks. For this group, the gain in the muscular mass was about 2 kilograms, and the gain in the strength in the bench press was about 10 kilograms. A second group was given testosterone for 10 weeks at a dose of 600 mg per week, and they followed the same training program as the first control group. The gain in mass observed was about 6 kilograms, and the gain in strength in the bench press was about 22 kilograms. This is really impressive. This is more than double of the gains observed for the control group. Another group was given placebo for 10 weeks and did not follow any training programs. There were no significant gains in mass and no gains at all in strength at the bench press. And here where it becomes interesting and surprising. A last group was given testosterone for 10 weeks at a dose of 600 mg per week and did not follow any training program. They have then measured at the 10th week their mass and strength gains. They observed that this group gained a 3 kg in mass and 9 kilograms in the bench press exercise. This means that without any efforts or any training program, testosterone alone was able to increase the mass and the strength. This medical review publication summarizes all the adverse effects that have been associated with the use of anabolic steroids. In the cardiovascular system, heart diseases such as cardiomyopathy, dyslipidemia, which is the changes in the lipid profiles in the blood, arrhythmia, atherosclerosis, and blood pressure have been reported. In the nervous system and the brain, several adverse effects have been reported related to behavior such as impulsivity and anger, muscle dysmorphia, and structural changes in the gray matter of the brain. Also, one of the most common adverse effects of anabolic steroids is acne. In muscles, use of anabolic steroids have been associated with increased risks of tendon injuries, which is probably due to increased strength and changes in the collagen structure. Also, high risks of some degenerative diseases have been reported. Adverse effects occurring in the liver are usually limited to oral forms of anabolic steroids. However, decrease in certain liver functions have been reported despite normal lab results. Adverse effects can also happen in kidneys, where kidney failure and nephrotic syndrome have been reported. Finally, adverse effects have also been observed in the reproductive system, such as hypogonadism and problems with the prostate. However, one of the potential side effects of anabolic steroids that is becoming disturbing is the heart hypertrophy and the heart failure that results from it. In this publication, the authors report the case of a 35-year-old bodybuilder who has been taking supraphysiologic doses of anabolic steroids for more than 15 years. This young bodybuilder reported fatigue and shortness of breath during moderate effort. A battery of medical exams and tests shows abnormalities in the heart, including left ventricular hypertrophy, This picture shows where thickness of the cardiac muscle leads to hypertrophy. And hypertrophy could lead to heart failure, which is defined as the failure of the heart to pump sufficient volume of blood to fulfill the need in oxygen and energy of the body, which lead to fatigue and shortness of breath. This publication is not the only example. Hundreds of medical publications are now linking the use of steroids to the risk of heart failure. The burning question now is there a way to avoid these potential side effects of anabolic steroids while still benefiting from their positive effects? In order to answer this question, I have to introduce the concept of homeostasis, which is the capacity of the body to maintain steady internal physical and chemical conditions in order to ensure an optimal functioning of the organism despite fluctuations. Homeostasis depends on a tight balance between the different body physiological processes that are interconnected. So we have to understand that each action will trigger a coordinated reaction from different body organs. To understand this concept, let's take testosterone as an example. As we said before, testosterone controls the expression of more than 159 genes in the muscle. The problem is that many of these genes are also present in the cells of other organs and not only in the muscle cells. For example, testosterone increases the expression of IGF-1, which is a growth hormone, which plays an important role in the muscle growth. However, it also plays an important role in cancer and aging. This means that testosterone has positive effects at certain levels and harms effects at other levels. Therefore, as part of the homeostasis process, the body needs to control tightly the level of testosterone to maintain the balance between the positive and negative effects. There is a growing interest from research to understand the reasons behind the use of anabolic steroids. Many studies have shown that there are two main reasons behind the use of anabolic steroids. The first reason is related to enhancing athletic performance in sports competitions to win trophies and medals. The second one is the recreational use to improve body image. Many studies have shown that recreational use of anabolic steroids is becoming the main reason, which may represent a potential risk to public health. As an example, in this study, the researchers have assessed the prevalence and the profile of the users of anabolic steroids in 100 gyms and in more than 5,000 individuals. They have found that the main reason for the use of anabolic steroids for recreational purposes are related to the gain of status, admiration, and popularity in the social environment. Many other studies are trying to understand and characterize the profile of the users of anabolic steroid, which is important considering the potential risks to public health.